Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Tuesday, September 4th at about 7 p.m. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. Charles Dickens could have been writing about today's hearing in the U.S. Senate on the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the U.S. Supreme Court. Republican foolishness began before the hearing when, late on Labor Day, they suddenly dumped 42,000 new pages from Kavanaugh's tenure in the Bush 43 White House. Seriously? They had 2 months to come up with the documents. Why give the opposing side ammunition to show unfair play? If they're trying to hide some smoking gun, do they really think the Democrats won't find it anyway? Was it just incompetence? Another of the unforced errors that are becoming a habit with the Trump administration? But the Democrats can't avoid their own foolishness and wasted the gift the GOP dropped in their laps with conduct unbecoming of kindergartners. Before the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee was able to get the hearing started, they went so far over the top in their demands to postpone the hearing that they turned it into a bitter partisan brouhaha. Ironically, that gave Trump the chance to act holier than thou and tweet that the hearing was, quote, truly a display of how mean, angry, and despicable the other side is. If you respect the Constitution and precedent, the bad behavior on both sides was a clown show, full of vacuous sound and fury. If a nominee is well qualified and is otherwise not precluded, the Senate should vet the candidate thoroughly, ask tough questions, then provide its advice and consent under the Constitution, and confirm the president's choice. That applies equally to Obama and Sotomayor as it does to Trump and Kavanaugh. Also, don't let either side fool you. Dianne Feinstein's claim the GOP was casting aside the traditional vetting process in favor of speed isn't true. If Kavanaugh is confirmed, the process would have lasted almost exactly the historical average. The argument by Republicans that the Senate has had more documents to review on Kavanaugh than on any nominee ever doesn't diminish the outrageousness of the last-minute document dump. As Kavanaugh said, the Supreme Court must never be viewed as a partisan institution. He's right. Republicans and Democrats will rue politicizing the highest court in the land. But the greatness of the American Republic still shines today because it will withstand the stunning foolishness of its politicians. Foolishness at the White House has been amply described in books by Omarosa Manigault Newman and Michael Wolff. Now it's Bob Woodward's turn. And excerpts from his new book take a devastating look at what's been happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Woodward brings far greater authority to his reporting, and what emerges is a White House that is crazy town. A description, he says, came from the White House Chief of Staff. That's just one of many negative views of Trump from his staffers, as Woodward describes a nervous breakdown within the Trump administration. The excerpts were accompanied by the tape of a damning call with Trump, where the president puts on a charade, saying he didn't know Woodward wanted to interview him. He then contradicts himself, admitting Lindsey Graham did tell him, but denying anyone else had. I've known for months that Woodward has been writing about Trump, and so have many others. What was Trump hoping to accomplish? To somehow discredit Woodward? How? When even Kellyanne Conway admitted on the call that Woodward had requested an interview. Does Trump really think people are that dumb? In our daily alternate universes segment, The Great Divide Between Conservative and Liberal Media, the treatment of these two big stories show the shamelessness of supposedly objective news organizations. Online, and on air for that matter, CNN gave top billing to Woodward. Among CNN.com's headlines, "We're in Crazy Town," "Explosive New Book," "Bob Woodward's Bizarre Phone Call with Trump," 13 totally bananas moments from that call. Book revives concern about Trump's fitness. One headline did say, White House issues searing response to the book. Online and on air, Fox did the opposite, offering more than 3 times the number of headlines for Kavanaugh than Woodward. And what did the two Woodward headlines say? Oval Office tall tales, and White House fires back at Woodward book about infighting administrative coup d'etat. So what coverage it gave Woodward was to attack his book. So if you think you're going to get balanced coverage from either side, good luck. And then they complain when they're accused of bias. A lot of other news today, including a tropical storm bearing down on the northern Gulf Coast. You can find those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video, and please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and follow me on Twitter at AMoraTV. I will see you again tomorrow.